Oh, hey, you're here. I have so much to catch you up on. Last time on Fate's End, me and the group were getting ready to attend a party thrown by Lord Alehammer, one of the Dwarven Lords of Digbran. If you don't remember him, he's the really old guy with the vendetta against Caravis. A really nice guy who just wants the best for his son. We're supposed to bring his son Torrance suitors, and you know what that means? This episode is a love story. So let's meet our lovely contestants for the evening.
Essentially, the curator is looking dressy casual.
So this dress is stitched together with like different colored thread that Finn found in the trash, but that's okay because it looks gorgeous on her. She's wearing rocks and rock cats.
The bottom of the dress looks like a ball gown. Like it's very large and very poofy.
There's a little bit of cleavage, respectable, not promiscuous. But the bust of this cleavage is lined with gold that goes around her back, and inside of the fabric are the dust of ruby gemstones and a hint of golden powder.
For ease of movement, he has matching sandals. It shows off his pedicure. It's very nice.
Wow, how is Torrance going to pick? Soon we arrived at Lord Alehammer's grand estate. We could already tell this was going to be a very unique party.
Some people are dressed in simple, clean clothing. Some are dressed in more finer, noble clothes. But none are over the top or elaborate. You see one person wearing a belt of ale steins, probably 8 total, like a fanny pack. And they clink together, clink, 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 as they walk. Another is carrying a small cask on their back. You look over and you see a small family with children, ranging from 12 to 20.
Okay, don't tell Praeria I said this, but why did she bring Gary? Who looks at that guy and thinks eligible bachelor? Oh well, one less suitor for me to worry about, I guess.
Wow, what a place to be. With such great friends that we're making. I feel like I'm closer to all of you already.
Gary, I am...
Praeria, my lady, may I escort you into the estate, ma'am?
You know what? Just be yourself,
I am not
Gary.
that tall. You might have to bend your knees a little bit, but I think we'll be okay.
Gary thinks he's already on a date.
Let us promenade. Inside the party, we start to see some of our friends' more competitive sides. Ludin mostly. He approaches Urimir and makes a deal with him. No matter what, he doesn't want me to win. And what the heck, Urimir?
What's up, Lud?
He says, so, how would you like to make 100 of that gold right now?
I'm listening.
I can't let Finn win. So,
Do you really think he's got a shot?
look, I have no idea. Finn got her out.
Yeah.
These are very scary and trying times.
We're invited as special guests to the Alehammer table. Finally, we get a good idea of who our plus ones will be wooing tonight. Enter Torrance.
At him, and he goes,
Wow, that's a beautiful flower. But did you know that not all flowers smell lovely? I've actually read that there's a large flower in the jungles near Sunspell. They can grow up to 5 feet wide. It's pollinated by flies and it smells of rotting flesh. It's also carnivorous. Large scavenger animals are drawn to the scent and drink from the center, and then it wraps its petals around it and any unsuspecting victims and then swallows them. It typically takes 15 days to digest, but most of the digestive juices makes what's left of the bones sticking out.
Okay. Finding the perfect match for Torrance was going to be a real challenge. Thankfully, Esperis brought Clay, the curator from the museum, and they shared a love of insects. Urimir throws a stink bomb and sets off the poor kid's allergies. Cynthia tries to give him a rock bouquet, and then the plot thickens.
Sarah is just gonna kind of like walk over to Torrance, and she's just kind of like gonna lean over and just kind of like look at him and say, "My lord, you simply must tell me more about these books that you read. What is that book that you are reading there? You simply must tell me." And he's like, this is the Crafter's Compendium of Dyes and Pigments. It's my new favorite right now. And she is gonna make a roll
Y'all have to end these people.
with her plus.
Right? Who is this chick?
James is gonna kind of lean over to Torrance next, and he just kind of like looks at him and he says, "Hello, I'm James. I'd love to hear about you." Max will then kind of lean over next, and he's gonna be like, I love horror novels actually, and I actually like to cook too. Can I tell you about my favorite book?" And he just begins to talk to him about his favorite book as well.
We did not expect there to be rivals at the party. What if one of them steals Torrance's heart? Then none of us will win, and the mission will be a flop. But instead of focusing on these threats to our mission, Ludin decides to throw berries at Cynthia while she's out on the balcony with Torrance.
So you're just, I imagine, because the balcony isn't super far out, I imagine you're just kind of like popping out of the door, like the door frame, like, and like, Cynthia's like, "No, no, somebody's throwing things. That's not very nice." And Terrence is like, I'm sorry. That does sound. I don't know who it is either."
Meanwhile, Prearia is making sure Sarah is out of the running. She even sacrifices Gary's chance to be with Torrance. Prey's always got her eyes on the bigger picture. I don't know what we'd do without her.
Way, or would you like to use both of the rest of your points to completely cut Sarah out?
She's like, "Do you want to win or do you want to save the party?" It's up to you, Prearia.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, we're getting Sarah up out of here.
All right.
Esperise decides to teach Torrance, Clay, and Cynthia a sweet three-way dance. Everyone is so kind and so encouraging that even shy and nervous Torrance starts to have a good time.
A little red, and he's just like, I hate dancing, honestly, and I'm terrible at it, but it's not so bad with you guys. It's actually kind of nice.
And then Urimir gets clever and creates a very charming atmosphere for Lenora and Torrance to dance. Oh, I've got to admit, it was really romantic. They stared wistfully into each other's eyes, the lights were dancing all around, and everyone's gazes were on them.
And so by the end of it, like, you know, people begin to, like, you know, they kind of, they don't have to clap for them, but, you know, like, they're, you know, kind of give a pat on the back and like, "Wow, that was amazing," and stuff like that.
Ludin's clapping for them.
My boy. I am too. I try to start an applause from the crowd after the music is over and the dance is complete.
Okay.
I hated to stop it, but I had to swoop in and send Torrance off to the library with Cynthia. I couldn't just let Urimir win. Plus, these two were made for each other. Just watch.
And Torrance is just gonna look up at her, and he goes, "Thanks. I'm sorry you didn't know your parents." And he goes, "Oh, it's okay. I had the halls, you know, the halls of might and the people there, and I got to know them, and I got to meet tons of people, and it wasn't so bad. It really wasn't so bad. But your dad seems really nice. You've got a really nice dad." And they just kind of share this super sweet little cute little moment together in the library.
In the end, true love prevails. It just goes to show if you believe in something hard enough, it'll always, most of the time, come true.
And he looks to you all and he's like,
"Thank you, once again. I really like Cynthia."
Yeah! Get ready to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, oh, yes, she's very pleasant. Mr. Alehammer, I hope hope they're very happy together.
Lily
Please.
just stares, and you guys like straight up just see a tear.
This episode played out just like one of my novels, The Basket Weaver's Gaze. There's this one part where I'll just let you borrow it later. And so, the party succeeds in Alehammer's task, and Esperise discussed our wishes with the Lord himself. Not only is he going to vote to take away Belgane's title, he's going to fund Muddy's roving wheel. Belgane's going to have a happy ending after all. We have to hope that'll be the case, right? He and Muddy will make a perfect team. Because Cynthia won, that means I'll be getting up early to train with Ludin. Finally, I'll get the chance to know him better. He seems a tiny bit resistant to the idea, but he'll warm up with time. Plus, Levi did mention that he wanted me to root out Ludin's vulnerabilities. What better way to do that than to spend mornings alone with him? But most importantly, we're getting Samson back. I can't wait to see him again. I wonder if he'll be all cool, shake off the stiffness in his muscles, tell us he's had a good nap. I wouldn't be surprised coming from him. If you're just as excited as us to welcome back Samson, join us this Monday at 7:30 Central Standard Time. See you then!